Right, Dave. Just a quick recap on, first of all, Happy New Year, because it's the first time we've been down here in 2022.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
A lovely, busy gym, thriving.
Yeah, we've been busy all through, to be fair. Seems to be more and more lads coming, amateurs and professionals, to be fair. So.
Oh, a good mixture in here today. I mean, obviously you've got all the pros, Mike Jeffers in here. Obviously I come down to see Matthew Rennie, who's fighting on the 5th.
Yeah.
But who else was pro in here now?
Dan Catley.
Oh, Dan Catley was down here, because Dan didn't get a chance to have his first fight under you, did he? Because it got cancelled.
Yeah.
That was on the night that Mark picked up his WBO Global.
With the opponent or something, I don't think they could get him out. I don't know what exactly. But
he was saying, I think the paperwork hadn't been sorted or something, and so it all fell through. But I presume that's just give him a little bit longer time to prepare under you.
Yeah, definitely. I think we just need to go back to basics a bit more with Dan. Then start building him back up, sort of thing. So it's give us more time.
And then obviously we just mentioned Mark before. Mark Jeffers picked up his WBO global title. I don't know what it means, but it gives him a world ranking, doesn't it?
Yeah, number 13 in WBO now. So
it's alright, isn't it?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, don't think we'll be jumping on that just yet. He needs to sort of establish himself at British level. However, it's there. He's in the rankings, he's in the mix.
Just sat outside that top 10.
Yeah, number
where
11.
I think his stablemate Jack Cullen is he 6 now? Is he or 7?
In Britain this is
yeah,
in Britain. Mark's 11, Jack's 6.
Yeah, so healthy position going into 2022 with those lads.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, Mark is only young anyway, so he's still got time to build on him. Technically, he's good, very good. He's getting.
What is Mark now? 23.
Yeah,
so,
23.
Yeah, 23.
Just 20. Was it December? 23.
Not sure.
Yeah, well, he's only young anyway, so now he's start stepping them opponents up a little bit more of a better level and see how he copes.
And not a bad performance when you consider he injured his shoulder early on in that fight, and basically fought most of that fight with one arm.
Yeah, no, frustrating, to be fair. I mean, he didn't tell us straight away, but you could see there was something wrong. There was something wrong there, but he handled it pretty well. Got through it. Didn't seem to unsettle him. But it's not something that you want to happen in a big fight. He needed that backhand. I think if he'd have had that backhand, he'd probably stopped that kid. Yeah.
But anyway, he's had a little operation. That's all sorted. Hopefully, he's back out at the end of April.
Yeah,
will he looking at to defend that title? Is that what's going to happen?
Possibly. That's been in the pipeline. We're just waiting on details. Really, nothing's confirmed as yet.
And then just before we talk about Jack Cullen, the amateurs, quite a lot of success, including your two sons, both Jack and Mike, both done really well. Did Jack end up winning the Northwest region?
Yeah, he won the Northwest region. He got beat off a good kid, to be fair. It was a very, very close fight. Right?
Yeah, he won the Northwest. That was his first fight.
I was filming it there. I was truly amazed. I couldn't believe. I think was it his second fight or third fight when he won it?
No, it was his first fight.
Was it first fight? Yeah. Are you allowed to go in now?
Yeah, you were. Because of COVID.
Yeah.
Right. You wouldn't have known that. And I think when I filmed him on your show, that was only his fourth fight, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So, and he beat a kid who was unbeaten in 8 or something, wasn't it?
In his first fight, he beat a kid that was unbeaten in 4. So he's doing really well.
No, he's going to be.
Who was a kid called Bailey or something?
Yeah. From Mickey's gym.
From Mikey's gym it was. He was a
very talented
good kid. He went on and won the schoolboys. I think he's like
boxer at tournament actually.
I think he's 11-0. Right. And Jack boxed in his second fight, in his second fight, and it was really close. So he's done really well.
Because both your lads were more football orientated rather than boxing, and it's just seems the last couple of years. I mean, your Mikey just before lockdown won the nationals at 14, didn't he?
Yeah.
Wasn't it the same first national title that you won when you were a kid?
Yeah, schoolboys weren't it? He won the schoolboys. Yeah, they just decided they like boxing. Nothing to do with me, because I know people probably think that. I know that people think I push them into it. Ask out there, I don't push them into it.
I probably do more than him.
I've seen you was working with them today when you were Mikey.
Yeah, I'm not. If they decided not to box, then they don't box. It's as simple as that. You can't push them.
I mean, you can see they're not pushed. They enjoy coming, and Mikey's in every day, works with me with kids from school. So he's got a good foundation there, and
What's Mikey now? At 17 now, is he?
Yeah.
16.
They've both got their own minds. If they don't want to do it, they'll just say, and they know there's no pressure on them either.
But strong genes, because Jack, who's the youngest out of them, not only does he look like you, but he can fight a bit, him, can't he?
Yeah, he can fight.
Really aggressive style.
Yeah, he's strong. They're both strong. Probably stronger than what I was when I was their age anyway, but
both in good shape.
yeah, they're both strong kids.
And then Aki got to the development finals, where he lost out in the final.
Yeah, we had Deck Bridges semis as well, at senior release. He got top the.
He was the kid in the green t-shirt today's final, wasn't he?
Deck was, it just come to the gym, he wanted to enter. So we put him in. This time round, I think we'll see more of our style in the championships, you know. Well, last time it was just us taking another kid from another gym really into the championship.
Will Ali be fighting out of here then?
Yeah.
In the champions, because he was going in the elites for the first time, won't he?
Yeah.
I think Ali was. I think he's won 3 national titles as a.
Yeah. Well, they've all got one eye on.
Schoolboys.
They've all got one eye on pros and lots as well. So they're looking to perform and then just see how see where it goes, see how it takes it.
So it's nice. So
it's a good conveyor belt really, and we've not got NTK or Eddie Earn or these big promoters sending us kids. Just like most gyms really, you've got to get these amateurs going.
Does that help then? Because you know, not only you're always busy here during the day, you will go back here at night working with the amateurs, won't you?
Yeah, it helps. You're learning a lot more as coaches. You know, starting them from being kids and taking them all the way through. You're learning a hell of a lot more than what you would if someone just passed you a lad that was multinational champion amateur, this, that, and you know, going straight on the books with Eddie. And we have done it the long route, but we're not the only ones to do it that way either.
No, absolutely.
You know,
is that why you get a lot of pride out of the fact of what you've done with Mark Jeffers? Because he came to you. I know he boxed elsewhere, but his last few amateur fights were under you, and then he turned over very young. He was 18, I think, when he turned over.
Yeah.
And you built him slowly but surely, and now he's like we just said before, sitting pretty, you know, just outside that top 10. And really, this could be his breakout year, where, you know, not to everyone around here know who he is, but everyone in the country could know who he is.
Yeah, I mean, he deserves it as well, Mark. He's a grafter. He's not just, and what I mean by that, he doesn't just come in and just, it's not all physical work with him. He's like, you give him something to practice and he will practice it until he's got it perfect.
Very good at that.
Yeah, he has his style has evolved perhaps more than any other fighter I know, because he was a very quite stiff, nice boxer, but you know, proper.
Yeah, he was aggressive as well. I mean, he still is aggressive, but now he's got that, got a bit of technique and skills to go with it. Like some of the skills you watch, and it is good to watch as well.
We're proud of all the lads really, in our own way. I mean, like Sir Matty Askin, he was on the scrap heap, weren't he, type of thing. So we've you know, sometimes their careers can be resurrected as well when people think.
Well, I think this team was renowned for that for a little while. You know, you did that with everyone, didn't you? Who came here, their careers were almost over. But we've got to mention, we've got Mr. Armfield. Hopefully, he's going to be back out in April.
Yeah, I was speaking to Jack the other day. Obviously, he's had problems with his back, so he's had loads and loads of physio. He's going to train at home till the end of this month, and then as long as his back holds up, he'll be back down. And hopefully get a win.
Now on to Mr. Cullen, who finished the year off, perhaps not the way we wanted, but certainly nice to get to European level and be on the big stage. How many tickets did he sell? That was some night there, some atmosphere, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're bouncing actually, yeah, it was.
The most frustrating fight I've ever been involved in, like in a ring and outside a ring, you know, because like you just said then, it was the tickets and the atmosphere. I think it just probably got to Jack a little bit, as in not as in a nervous thing. He was so hyped up for that. Yeah. When I asked Jack what I said to him in that corner, he couldn't remember a single thing because he was so hyped up.
He doesn't remember walking to the ring either.
Yeah, and so I just think Jack could have probably stuck to the plan, what we was telling him to do, and probably would have stopped that kid. Do you know what I mean? But he just got you see Jack, he got caught with a good shot, and then that was it. He's just lost his head and got stuck into the kid and got caught with a good body shot.
It was a beautiful body shot.
Yeah.
But do you think, like you say, was the game plan it's after the fight now, so I suppose it doesn't matter. But was that going to be a bit like the Iran fight? You know, where he just kept it at range and kept him on the end of a jab. Now he could have been perfect. For me, I think if that would have been implied, then
that was the plan.
Yeah.
I mean, up until Jack getting stopped, it was on. I think he'd only one round was a draw and the rest was Jack's.
Yeah.
Well, I had it quite wide for Jack. Going into that 6th round, I had him 4-1 up. But it was a competitive fight, and I think the kid perhaps won. You know, there was moments where Jack would stay on the ropes and there was 20 seconds here and 20 seconds there.
No, you're right.
For at least 2 minutes of the majority of each one of those rounds, he was in control of the fight. So definitely. For me, I had him up, but then there's a lot of people who argue with me and say that's not true.
Well, the official scorecards mirrored that.
With it, right, well that's what I felt.
Yeah, it was just frustrating. I mean, it's an harsh lesson for Jack to learn on that stage as well. It's not the sort of thing you need to learn there. He should have learned that beforehand, you know what I mean? And Dave said to me before the round before he came back, he was halfway through and he goes, bollock him in this round, and I was ready to give him a good bollocking, because sometimes Jack does respond as well to that.
Yeah, he does.
But, unluckily for us and for Jack, he got caught in that round.
How did Jack take it? Because I've not had a chance to speak to him. So is he? I mean, alright? Obviously he's down.
Yeah, I watched it back. You can see what we were talking about. Like I say, it's just.
Sometimes those are the best lessons. I know that, like you say, you don't want to learn them, but
because at that stage, isn't it?
Because he sold so many tickets, I'm sure Eddie's not an idiot and he'll get an opportunity again.
Yeah, I mean, luckily enough, like you said, he sells them tickets, but you don't want to be relying on that, do you?
No.
You should be just doing what you've been training to do and what we've planned on
doing. He's good enough to do as well.
And like you just said though, the crowd probably did make a difference, because the last, I think, 3 fights had all been behind closed doors near enough. I know there was a few at the last one in Europe, but there was 25 people there from his support. It's a big difference from 25 to over 800. So maybe actually, instead of that being the advantage, it was his disadvantage.
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely a difference in Jack. And the only difference it could be was because of the atmosphere. And listen, the atmosphere was brilliant. But once you put your feet through them ropes, you've got to come back down to earth and do
your job.
Plan on what we've just been working on for the last 8, 9, 10 weeks.
But from what I've just seen today, it looks like, as last year was, it could be a very good year for the Jennings gym.
Hopefully, mate. Hopefully.
Yeah, they'll have to all working hard, they're listening. You never know, we might get a couple of champions again this year. I mean, we're disappointed we won, We definitely thought Jack should have won that fight, you know what I mean? So that's the most frustrating thing about it. And he was winning the fight, but there were times, I remember Jack, he got the kid in the ring, in the centre, and Jack let his hands go, boom, 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 2, 3, 4 shots and caught the kid.
I know.
And again, that confidence in him being able to catch him like that come a little bit too soon. I think if he'd just stuck to the plan with the boxing, he could have done them in the late rounds, and I think he would have stopped him.
I'm not disputing it. Like I say, I thought it was. I know it wasn't exactly the way you wanted to do it, but he was still doing enough of what you wanted him to do to be in control of the fight.
It was, but it was dangerous what he was doing for me, and it showed you in that last round. That's what happens when you do that. You should have been listening.
Yeah, it reminded me of that shot that Martin Murray got caught off Triple G when it just hit his ribs and pushed him right across his body.
It was a good shot.
It was a sweet shot.
Fair play, took it at last minute, no excuses, he done well and he did what he had to do, so good luck to him.
Yeah, well, he's going to be hard work for anyone. He's 17 fights, 15 KOs. I mean, that's an impressive record for anyone, isn't it? And that super middleweight, it says he's a dangerous man. Right, well listen, it's been a pleasure. I always love coming down here.
Cheers, mate.
Nice to see everyone buzzing, like I say, and it looks like not only are you going to have a good year with the pros, some of those kids in there, and 2 of them being your lads, it looks like it's going to be a very successful amateur year for you as well, mate.
Fingers crossed, thanks.
See you later. Bye.
For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also, Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. For all boxing info, news and latest interviews, amateur and pro, across the north, click and subscribe. VIP Boxing Promotions. Also Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.